5:06, we are ready to go. This was originally not on the Blue Devil docket, as Curd will offer the first pitch here to Teneo, who takes it high for a ball. Curd, 77 innings, 43 hits, 17 runs, 16 earned, 119 strikeouts and 21 walks. Opposition batting 161 off of Cassidy Curd, who zings that one in, but low at 67 miles an hour. 8-3 with a 1.45 ERA for Curd, the sophomore, making her 17th start in her 21st appearance of the year. First time that Duke has taken the field since that shocking series loss to Virginia. Picked up the win on Friday night in 12 innings, and Jayla Wright went the entire way for Duke. And then the Blue Devils, with the game moved off of Sunday because of impending severe weather. That game was moved to Saturday. It was part of a doubleheader, and UVA bounced back and picked up a couple of one-run wins over the Blue Devils. Teneo batting .270 with a couple of home runs and 19 RBIs. She was 0 for 3 yesterday. That's the other storyline coming into this one for Gardner Webb. Their series against USC Upstate in the Big South actually got altered as well. And that's going to be a strikeout on a full count pitch. First punch out for Curd, her 120th of the year. And Teneo goes down swinging. This will bring up
number 4, Adrian Visentine.
Visentine will be the hitter. Hitting from the left side is Visentine. Transfer that originally started her career at Coastal Carolina and then spent a couple of seasons at Grand Canyon. But for the Gardner Webb running Bulldogs overall, as Curd gets ready to operate here with her 0-1 pitch, she rocks, and the delivery. Took a little something off. Strike two as Visentine swung through it. And that's going to be another strikeout for Curd. 68 on the in-stadium radar. 2 up, 2 strikeouts for the running Bulldogs. So they had USC Upstate. Their game was weathered out Friday. They played a doubleheader Saturday, rained out on Sunday, so they had to finish the series in South Carolina yesterday. And they dropped that one 5-1. In fact, they only managed 1 run over their last 2 games. This is an offense coming in that is batting a respectable .276 and is averaging nearly 5 runs a game. Quickly 0-2 to Araceli Pescaida. Pescaida this season for Gardner Webb, a .300 hitter, has driven in 15. She also hits from the right side. Didn't play last season for Gardner Webb, but was a second-team All-Big South performer a couple seasons ago. .510 sophomore will send it foul. So Gardner Webb with their 4th game in 3 days. For Duke, Sunday off, and then Monday after that doubleheader against UVA. Blue Devils will play at NC State this weekend. They come into the final 2 weeks of the regular season. A game behind Florida State in the loss column. This is a pop-up, and Curd will jog and make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. The Blue Devils, Davidson, Amina Vega, Giselle Tapia bats cleanup at fourth. Amaya Burgess is in left field batting fifth. Anna Gold, the third baseman, will bat sixth as the opening pitch from Ellie Doolittle. 58 miles an hour, misses in for ball one. And then it'll be Deanna Jennings in center. Jada Baker, the shortstop, bats eighth. And then Aaliyah Terrell, the DP today. 1-0 popped in the air. And that's going to be a catch made by Christopher at short for out number one.
Now batting your right fielder, number 7.
Trina Van Dyke is out in left for Gardner Webb. Visentine is in center. Garcia in right. Teneo is the third baseman. Christopher, who made the catch a moment ago. McLaughlin is at second. Christopher at short, by the way. Piscata is at first, and Carmen McRae is the catcher for GWU today. This is Claire Davidson with 15 home runs on the year and a robust .444 average. Davidson fouls that one back and is in a quick 0-2 hole. Davidson 4 out of 10 in the UVA series, has hits in 6 of her last 7. What a year she has had. Slashes that one foul. It'll rattle off the top there of that blue tent, which is the replay tent. So the count remains 0-2. It's going to be down low for ball one. Outfield straight away and deep, though the right fielder Garcia is slightly shading Davidson towards the alley. A lot of room down the right field line if she got around and yanked one. 220 to center here at Duke Softball Stadium, 190 down the lines. Blue Devils, as I mentioned last half inning, will have NC State this weekend in what will be the final conference weekend for Duke. It'll be over in Raleigh at the Dale Softball Stadium. That got a piece of Davidson. Florida State, who Duke trails in the standings, have Carolina this weekend in Tallahassee, and then they'll close the season at Syracuse. Duke next week with the finals. Always takes that final weekend of the regular season as their open weekend. ACC grants them that. So Davidson is aboard after getting hit by a pitch for the 10th time this season. And now Amina Vega. This has been a productive duo for Coach Young's ball club. Vega with 10 dingers and 46 runs driven in, a .400 average. And this her 46th start. In fact, Torres, Davidson, Vega, and Tapia have started every game for the Blue Devils this year. Of course, some changes to the lineup with Terrell and Burgess in there today. Ball and a strike now. Ellie Doolittle, 4-4 in the circle this year for Gardner Webb with a .339 ERA. She's made 17 starts. This is her 22nd appearance, 72 and a third innings coming in. Opponents batting .265 against her. She's allowed 75 hits. She has surrendered 5 of the 16 home runs allowed by Running Bulldogs pitching this year. 47 runs surrendered by Doolittle. 35 have been Ernie's. A little bit of problems with the base on ball at times. She's walked 27 and struck out 36. Vega fooled by that one, which was off speed. A little late on it and fouled it off. Doolittle against Upstate on Saturday appeared in one of the games, went 4 innings and allowed 3 hits along with 3 runs. 2 were earned. runner goes. This is hit to second, and it is a nice job to get in front of it by McLaughlin, and that hit right off of her upper torso. We'll see what they scored. Should be a hit. It's a pretty hard hit ball. Now, got to also factor in Davidson was on the move and kind of got, without interfering, in the path of the ball towards McLaughlin. Maybe another reason she took it so hard off the chest, came up holding her chest. Giselle Tapia now bats with 2 on for Duke. It's going to be sprayed foul. Strike 1 to Tapia. Giselle Tapia's had another remarkable season. The senior batting .305. Home run with 27 runs driven in. Ball 1 strike to Giselle Tapia, one of the leaders of this Duke team. All ACC second team member a year ago. Got fooled again. Bit of a defensive swing against that off-speed pitch. Makes it a ball and 2 strikes now. Thanks for being with us here this afternoon on this ACC Network Extra broadcast. Duke taking on Gardner Webb. Longwood will be here tomorrow for the Blue Devils, and that originally was going to be part of a split doubleheader with the Lancers coming in. They still are, but Central was the original opponent in a nightcap game. But that game was canceled a couple of weeks ago. And quickly, relatively quickly, Gardner Webb was added, and this was a single to be played here today on this Tuesday. Back up the box. That'll score at least 1. Yep, it'll be a run across. Vega staying at second base, but Davidson scores easily with those long strides from second. It's an RBI for Giselle Tapia on a base hit. So Duke strikes first. They've been deadly when they have gone and scored the first run of a game this year. Success more often than not. Amaya Burgess, the left fielder.
Left fielder, number 5. Amaya Burgess.
Batting here. Burgess from League City, Texas, Clear Creek High School. Talented freshman fouls it off for strike 1. Burgess, in her 41st game, her 25th start, is batting .315, 2 home runs, 20 runs driven in. That's a strike, 0-2. Two on for Burgess, already a run in for the Blue Devils. RBI single by Tapia a moment ago. Doolittle a little frustrated, walking off of the rubber to the back of the circle. Gardner Webb still signals in the plays and uses the wristbands. Pitch looked pretty good, 2-2. Maybe a little low. McCray peers into the dugout. Doolittle glances at her wristband. Here it is. That's down in the dirt. Vega stranding off the bag at second, but retreats back. Tapia over at first, ready to go on contact here. And we have another full count pitch, second of the inning. Second in as many hitters. That's back up the middle. Nice diving attempt by McLaughlin, but gets under her glove, and Duke makes it 2-0 with the Burgess RBI single.
Gets run number 2 for Duke.
3 hits in a row for Duke. Vega comes around to score, and it's 2-0. Here comes Anna Gold. Duke's career home run leader is Gold, 275 for the junior. She's making her 46th start. 7 home runs, 35 runs driven in. Hit that. She squares the bunt here. It's going to be a fair ball, and that will advance the runners. So Anna Gold sacrificing a pair into scoring position now. That's the second out. Now Deanna Jennings. Playing center for Duke today, one of the great defensive players in the Duke outfield. Jammed her up a little bit there and got around on it. Jennings with 2 of 9 in the UVA series, second-team All-American a year ago. Had a couple of hits, 2 for 2 day against UNC Greensboro on the road last Wednesday. Wind is blowing out pretty fiercely to left. It's turned into a breezy afternoon, just a gorgeous day here. 17 miles an hour that wind is blowing right now. Out of the southeast. Pair on in scoring position. Duke left 16 on base Friday in that 12-inning win over UVA. Left half a dozen on in Game 1 of the doubleheader Saturday and a handful on in Game 2. 2 balls and a strike. Three and one. Two down for Duke here. As you can see on your screen in the bottom of the first, Blue Devils have already plated a pair. Count full to Jennings. Pitches are starting to pile up here for Doolittle in the first. This will be your 32nd pitch here as Jennings will take the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Line drive, and it'll short hop Garcia. 1 run in, the throw home, safe. Not in time as Burgess scores. Tapia pushed in ahead of her. And it's going to be 4-zip here.
Now up, your shortstop, number 25, Jada Baker.
So Jennings drives in that pair of runs. It's going to be her 10th and 11th RBI of the year. It's going to be a single, and she'll take second on the throw. Jada Baker, the batter, strike 1 to her. Baker, the sophomore, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs, and a .261 average on the season for Duke. Chase that one. Fouled back off the screen. Baker had 1 hit in the series against Virginia. .02 popped up, going to get off the screen. McCrae came out of a crouch and gave chase, but didn't quite make it over the netting. McCrae opting to leave the face mask and the headgear on. That's one of the great debates. Some catchers shed it immediately. Some leave it on. They don't want to take the time to possibly lose the ball. And then Duke catches the running Bulldogs napping. Ball rolls away. The throw home gets away. Stolen base for Jennings.
Some nifty base running there. Heads up.
And then
Running by Deanna Jennings gets
forcing the running Bulldogs to throw the ball around. They can't field it cleanly on the throw, and Jennings scores. Ball at 2 strikes into Baker now. 5-zip now in favor of Duke. Duke has come out with their hair on fire to start things here. I'm sure it's been tough couple of days for this Blue Devil team following the listless defeats against UVA on Saturday. That hit Baker, I believe. So Baker to first, and the Blue Devils will bat around.
Now batting the DP, number 99, Aaliyah Terrell.
And the sophomore Aaliyah Terrell, the DP this afternoon. Number 99 will stand at the plate. Gardner Webb started to rotate the defense in anticipation of Terrell the slapper. Teneo coming in at third. It's going to be slapped back foul. So a tough beginning for Ellie Doolittle. She's gone 4 innings in each of her last 2 appearances against Upstate, as I mentioned, on Saturday, and then before that against Western Carolina. That's going to be beat out by Terrell with the good wheels. So an infield single. They're going to charge Teneo with an error on that play that allowed Jennings to score after she stole the base.
The catcher, number 3, Kelly Torres.
And now an infield hit, and the Blue Devils are sending their 10th batter to the plate here in a 5-hit inning. That's Torres up the middle. Duke going to pile on some more here as Baker comes around from second and will make it home.
Jada Baker crosses, 4-run number 6.
And it's a 6-run frame for Duke here in the first. Kelly Torres comes through with the RBI, number 31 of the season, on her 51st base hit. And for Kelly Torres now, 6 runs, 5 of which have been earned. A walk and no strikeouts. And now Kaylin Kyle from nearby Clayton High School comes into the game. First team All-State her senior year with the Comets. Davidson offers at the 1-0 and fouls it out of play. Evens off the count. Kyle on for the 27th time, ERA of 2.57 and a 12-5 mark, 84 and a third innings pitched. As she threw the change, a little rise to it. Davidson swung through it. Kyle's allowed 78 hits, 38 runs, 31 earned, 89 strikeouts, which is second on the team behind Lyon, and 23 walks. And she gets the strikeout here to in the inning for Gardner Webb. But the Blue Devils with a fast.
Leading off top of the second for the Bulldogs, the DP number 11.
Top of the second inning, and the Bulldogs will come to the plate down 6 runs. Andrea Lyon, two-way player for Gardner Webb, the DP. 2-0 here. We'll see how Curd comes out with the 6th spot in the lead. She pretty impressive in that top of the first. Curt's 2-1. Lyon got under it and sent that one foul. Lyon career with 30 home runs, 139 RBIs, and a .298 average. Another one fouled off. Lyon ranges at that one. Lyon's best year was last season, as far as the home run ball goes. She had 10 that year. And Lyon drives that 2-2 and singles her way aboard. Boy, quick bat from Lyon, one of the better hitters on this Gardner Webb team. So she is on, and now the running Bulldogs will try to climb back into this one. Ella Christopher, the shortstop, coming to the plate for GWU. Longwood, Florida, Lake Brantley, they've got a couple of players from Central Florida on their team. Port Orange and Stetson transfer Haley Yeary, a sophomore. Going to have a runner that will come in now for Lyon.
Gardner Webb has a pinch runner at first base. She is number 21, Meredith Whalen.
Meredith Whalen, the pinch runner.
Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Ella
Christopher bunts that one foul. Wayland is from Virginia, Orleans, Virginia, and a sophomore, 5'10". Curd misses out of the zone, and the count levels off at a ball and a strike. So I got Christopher, as I mentioned, from Longwood. Port Orange is Yeary. I have a couple of other players from South Florida. Snap throw down to first after the strike, and Whalen back in. Good throw by Kelly Torres, who's behind the plate. Anna Gold's at third. Baker, the shortstop. Vega at second. Tapia over at first. And then Burgess is in left field today. Jennings is in center. Davidson in right. Chopper to second. Vega lays the tag on the runner, throws to first, and it will not be in time, but on the fielder's choice, and with the glove coming out of the hand of Vega, Wayland is out. Trina Van Dyke, the left fielder, coming to the plate. Van Dyke, a freshman from Heritage High School here in the Triangle area, Wake Forest. She was a Heritage Husky. 5'5", getting the start in left field. Van Dyke making her 7th start, just her 15th appearance of the season. 200 average for Van Dyke. She's got a couple of triples this year and has driven in 6. In the air, circling under is Burgess for the catch. 2 away. Now Annika McLaughlin, I should say, had a tough series against USC Upstate. Just 1 hit in 6 ABs. McLaughlin took that hard hit ball off the bat of Vega, off the chest in the first inning. Slapper running up in the box, takes it for a strike. Curd, a D1 softball All-American freshman team member last year. All-tournament team in the ACC. That's quickly strike 2. Curd knuckling down here, Rookie of the Year and the Circle Award for this Blue Devil team. Curd making her 37th start in a Duke uniform here today. Five and a third innings is what she worked Saturday against Virginia. 3 runs, 4 hits. She did strike out 5 in that one. Had her career high 12 against UNC. Couple weekends ago, earning her Pitcher of the Week honors in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Came out then and made a start against ECU, very workmanlike, went 2 innings, struck out 1, and the Blue Devil victory on the road. Here's the 0-2. It's going to be a ball. We'll look at some of the other action in the ACC going on in just a little bit, but UNC is playing 8 miles or so from here against East Carolina. It's going to be fouled, and staying alive is McLaughlin. She's from Macon, Georgia. Sorry, make that Tucson, Arizona. A couple players from Arizona on this Gardner Webb roster. That's going to be sent foul. Good at bat so far here for McLaughlin after falling down 0-2 to Curd. Curd starting to have the pitches pile up after a pretty easy 3-up, 3-down first inning. Danny Drogmuller has been throwing in the Duke bullpen, staying loose. Torres out to Curd with a little bit of mentorship here to try to get her through the frame. The thing about Cassidy Curd, always seems to have a smile on her face, always having a good time out there. Here is the 1-2 with 2 down in the inning. Picked up by Gold at third, and we'll get the speedy McLaughlin. the Blue Devils with the white tops and the blue pants here today.
Leading off, bottom of the second for Duke. Second baseman, number 17, Amina Vega.
Clayton, North Carolina native Kaylin Kyle working here as she got the final out, a strikeout of Davidson to wrap up the inning in the first. Here she's trailing Vega 2-0. Went off speed and came at Davidson. Has stayed away from Vega here so far. Falling behind Vega here, 3 balls and no strikes. Vega rips this one to center, and it's going to be caught. Oh, what a grab by Vicentine. Man, a little snow cone action there. What a catch. Vega gave that one a pretty good ride on the 3-0 green light. And now Giselle Tapia bats for Duke. Tapia in that first inning picked up her 200th career hit and would score her 100th career run.
First baseman number 29, Giselle Tapia.
Second AB for Tapia today. Had an RBI as well in that first inning. So the line is closed on Doolittle. She gives up 6 runs, 5 earned. 3-0 again to the second straight hitter for Kyle. Lefty's delivery is going to be high and in. Tapia walks on 4 pitches. Second walk issued today by Gardner Webb pitching.
Left fielder, number 5,
Amaya Burgess, the left fielder. Had a single and a run as well in the first inning. That's a strike. Six-run first for the Blue Devils here. Just 1 hit allowed by Kurt in the circle for a couple. We'll see what Duke decides to do, if Kurt's day will be done, if they'll continue to have her come out for another inning. She's not yet worked through the Gardner Webb lineup. They have 8, 9, and 1 due in the top of the third. This is already the 14th at bat for Duke in this game. 2 balls and a strike. Shadows starting to take a little bit of effect on the infield. The bunt is dropped down. That one's spinning beautifully and was just twirling around like a top. Burgess bunts her way on.
Third baseman number 4, Anna Gold.
And that's the 7th Duke hit. Tapia over to first. Burgess is 2 for 2. And for Burgess, her 3rd multi-hit game of the season. Now Anna Gold. Bouncer through on the left side, and the bases are going to be loaded. So Gold, who had a sacrifice bunt, gets in on the hit parade. 8 of them now for the Blue Devils. Deanna Jennings will bat. And after that one off the plate, and just did get a piece of it, tapped it foul. 6-0 Duke. Couple of RBIs for Jennings back in the first. Took a pretty healthy cut there. Ball, 2 strikes. Duke will have Longwood tomorrow at 4. ACC Network Extra, and then wrapping up the regular season before they'll return in May to host the ACC tournament here. Devils heading over to take on the Wolfpack. Three-game set coming up this weekend. 2-2. That's going to be a foul ball. Coach Young waving all the runners.
That's a double, y'all.
Ellen Murphy, who's down at third base, kind of got out of the way, and the home plate umpire, Jacob St. John, immediately was up saying foul ball. Marissa Young wants an explanation. And Murphy saying, hey, I really didn't get a good look at it. I had to get out of the way or it was going to hit me. So it's going to be up to St. John. We'll see if they challenge here. Coach Young making her case. Oh, you think we're getting down to the end of the season and postseason right around the corner? So the Blue Devils who scored, even though they have changed it here on the scoreboard and taken the runs off, they're all standing just off the plate at home, kind of in a semi-huddle. Now, in the defense of St. John at home plate, it was a bit of a late call. But again, once he saw that the third base umpire really didn't have a look at it because of having to dart out of the way of that well-struck ball. That's when St. John had to deem it a foul ball. So the bases will remain loaded. It'll be 2-2. Jennings back at the plate. Marissa Young still unhappy with the call down at the third base box. And now she's coming back in, and I guess they wanted an appeal to the second base umpire, or the first base umpire, and no ruling was made there. I guess he said it was indeed a foul ball on the appeal. This one is going to be fair this time and deposited. One run in, the other runner will score with Burgess coming around, and that'll make it 8-zip. 2 in the inning for the Blue Devils. So Jennings with 4 runs driven in here this afternoon. A couple of RBI singles for Deanna Jennings. Jada Baker bunts it foul. Baker with a walk. Back off the screen. Popped up, foul ground. Teneo with the catch. 2 down.
DP number 99, Aaliyah Terrell.
And Aaliyah Terrell had a bunt single in the first inning. Lays down another bunt, foul. Three hits for Duke in the inning. A pair of runs have come in. 9 base wraps today for the Blue Devils. Really nice play on the bunt. On the run, Teneo with a scoop and retires Terrell on the move. So a couple of defensive plays that earn you a gold star. Gutted her way through an outing in the midweek a couple weeks ago at East Carolina. 2 2/3. 5 hits were scattered that evening. A run, a walk, and a strikeout. Carmen McCray will be the batter, and she takes a strike from Drugmuller. I know Coach Young would like to get a little more out of Drugmuller, give her some opportunities. McCray swings at the 0-1. Nice play by Jada Baker for out number 1. Emily Garcia, the right fielder, coming to the plate.
Right fielder, number 12, Emily Garcia.
Drugmuller's numbers on the season: 4-0 record, 2.35 ERA. This is her 14th appearance. 38 1/3 innings coming in, and she has allowed 38 hits, 244 average against, 16 runs, 13 earned, 29 strikeouts, 13 walks. This is inside here to Garcia, and it's 2-0. Garcia just 1 for 7 against Upstate. Had a big game earlier in the season in their non-conference against a P5. Their game against Indiana, she drove in 4. Swing and a miss there at that hard stuff low, and it's going to be two balls, 2 strikes. That's going to be strike 3. 2 down, and that's the 3rd strikeout combined for the Blue Devils here. Curd getting the start, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, couple strikeouts for her. That's going to be a strike. Teneo had a really fine play to end last inning. Teneo 0 for 1, struck out. In fact, Curd struck out the first 2 hitters she faced here this evening. Teneo had worked that count full. Takes high for a ball. That's going to be through, and it'll be a hit. Big turn by Teneo over at first. Second hit of the day for Gardner Webb. And they've got a hit in each of the last 2 innings. Byzantine, speaking of great defensive plays, made one in center field.
Adrian Byzantine.
She struck out in the first. Drugmuller will come to the plate. It'll be chopped foul. Strike 1. Nothing in 1. Pesqueda is on deck. First baseman for the running Bulldogs. They come in with 30 wins, 18 losses. They are 6-9 in the Big South. They've dropped 2 in a row, just 7-10 on the road this year. Including dropping 2 of 3 to Upstate. Won the first game of that series, which was Saturday in the doubleheader. 1-2 with 2 down. Drugmuller got the sign, came outside with the pitch. It missed for a ball. It's almost like she looked at that wristband or that watch a couple of times and kind of gestured to Torres at home as if to say, hey, I'm not sure what that is. So she threw it, missed. This one's fouled off. Count stays at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 down in the inning. Gardner Webb with just 2 hits here on the afternoon. 2 down. Byzantine, did she check her swing? No, she didn't. Didn't hold up. It's going to be strike 3. So a couple of punch outs for Drugmuller to end the frame. Gardner Webb leaves them to a 3rd inning of relief here.
Kelly Torres.
Kelly Torres, the batter. Torres, an RBI single, 1 for 2 in the game. Got her hit in the first and her second AB of the bottom half. 29 appearances last year for Kyle. Starting 16 of them, had 67 strikeouts and had 4 complete games, got 7 wins. Was the Big South pitcher of the week after a 13 strikeout performance against Presbyterian back in May of last season. In relief of Ellie Doolittle, the starter here. Torres with that one dumped into center, and she's got a multi-hit game. Soft liner for Torres, the 10th Blue Devil knock.
Right fielder, number
Kyle's career at Clayton, as we mentioned, her senior year, first team All-State, had a sparkling ERA of 0.56, 241 strikeouts and 151 career innings. While pitching for the Comets, as this one is lifted in the air by Davidson, and that's going to be a catch by Van Dyke. A little reach up, and look what I found. I've had a couple of those here today.
Nice catch by Trina Van Dyke for Gardner Webb.
So back to Kyle in her time with the Comets. 2 no-hitters and 1 perfect game.
Number 22, Araceli Pesqueda has moved from first base to third base. Duke has a pinch hitter. She's number 11, Kelsey Zampa.
Kelsey Zappa to pinch hit for Vega here. Strike one to Zappa. Kelly Zappa this season is batting .241 with 5 runs driven in. That's sent back foul.
Time it up, Kelsey. Time it up now. Here you go.
Zappa, a junior from Michigan. In an 0-2 hole here. Couple hits, couple of RBIs against Nebraska earlier in the year for Zappa.
Stay alive, Kelsey. Right, stay alive now. Here you go. Here you go.
Oh, 2. That one missed for a ball.
Here you go, Kelsey.
Tilapia on deck, or Tapia on deck, beg your pardon. That is now going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes. And now the count has worked full. So after falling behind, Zappa fouled a pitch off and now has taken 3 straight out of the zone to work the count full. See what Kelsey Zappa does here. Gets behind this one, is driven high and hard and out of here.
Kelsey
2-run pinch hit. Homer for Zappa.
That was a root, y'all.
How?
Patience, pick you one out. Patience, pick you one out.
Allie Stidham is now pitching for Gardner Webb.
There you go. There you go.
Sophomore out of Texas originally in the Fort Worth area. Played at Boswell High School. Logged 103 innings a season ago for Gardner Webb. This season so far she's managed just 27. They've had a bunch of different people throw for them this year. Duke's got 5 pitchers that have thrown in games this season. They've had 10 different people pitch for Gardner Webb during the course of the year. Here's the 2-0. And it will drop in for a base hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was career hit number 1 for Lynn Lee.
Lynn Lee with career hit number 1.
Left fielder number 5.
So she comes in as a pinch hitter. Strike one to Burgess, who's got a couple of hits today. Bunted her way aboard in the second. Nothing in 2. Stidham Saturday worked in one game of the doubleheader against Upstate, 1 2/3 innings. Had a walk and a strikeout. Driven high, hard, and out of here. Amaya Burgess with the 2-run jack. The second 2-run homer of the inning for the Blue Devils. And they've played it a dozen here.
Make a fool of yourself. Get a t-shirt.
Burgess with that rope, her third of the year and her 21st and 22nd runs driven in. 2 home runs in the inning for the Blue Devils, who have come out with the hitting shoes on today. Now on a Gold with a big rip. Fouled it back. Some scores from around the ACC. Bottom of the 4th from Anderson Softball Field in Chapel Hill. It's East Carolina 3, North Carolina 2. Pirates are coming off a series win, make that, at home this past weekend against South Florida. Strike 2 to Anna Gold. Bottom first, just getting underway in Stores, and it's BC 1, Connecticut nothing. Bottom of the first, 1-1 Kennesaw State and Georgia Tech in Atlanta. This is hit back to the circle by Gold, who is retired. 2 away for Jennings.
Center fielder number 10, Deanna Jennings.
15th ranked Virginia Tech will host Virginia tonight at 7. And then Central Michigan and Notre Dame. That game canceled. Jennings put this one on the ground, is going to beat it out. Christopher really didn't have a chance. It's going to be the 3rd hit of the day for Jennings.
Jada Baker.
Jennings with her 14th multi-hit game of the year. This is her 4th 3-hit game. Jada Baker takes ball 1. Duke and Longwood tomorrow, as we mentioned, at 4. Hit in the air, driven back, and it will be gone. Jada Baker makes it the 3rd Duke home run of the inning. All have been the 2-run variety.
A towering shot to left field. Yes, we are doing t-shirts, y'all.
A pair of 6 spots here in the 1st and the 3rd, sandwiched between a deuce for the Blue Devils, who are white hot at the plate. Tough outing here for Gardner Webb pitching. And Duke with a pair of touchdowns and extra points. Into the action tomorrow, Duke will have Longwood coming in. Blue Devils may want to hold on to some of those, or some of these here with Longwood coming in as they continue to pile on as Terrell slices it foul. Duke has batted around here in the 3rd as Terrell's the 9th batter to hit. Doubleheader tomorrow at the Skytop Softball Stadium as Syracuse will host Lemoyne. Games at 2 and 4, and then at 4 tomorrow, Ohio and Pitt in non-conference midweek action. Illinois, Chicago will be at Notre Dame and South Bend tomorrow. Marshall at number 15, Virginia Tech and Blacksburg tomorrow evening at 5:30, and then one of the midweek games of the week, that rivalry matchup tomorrow at 6. 16th ranked Florida State, number 13 Florida. FSU, of course, leading Duke by 1 game in the loss column in the ACC standings. Blue Devils own the series tiebreaker. Ball 1 to Terrell. FSU has UNC at home this weekend, as we mentioned, and then at Syracuse. So they have 6 more conference games to be played. Duke can ill afford to drop one to NC State this weekend. 2-0, or 2-2 make it. Torres has the Bottom half of the catcher's gear on, the shin guards as she stands on deck. She scored on the Zampa 2-run homer. Full count. It's going to be tapped foul. And they're going to say she stepped out of the box. She made contact, and that will end the inning. But what an inning it was, Duke. With 3 changes to the outfield for Duke, too. Vega back in at second base after she was pinch hit for. Skaya popped out to Curd to end the first inning. 0 for 1. Bounce that one foul. Terrell takes over in left field. Burgess moves over for Davidson in right. Strike 1 or strike 2 called. We mentioned Lee out at first. Torres stays in behind the plate. Vega's re-entered at second. Baker and Gold on the left side of the infield. And Drugmuller working from the circle. A little bit low. 14-0. Blue Devils here, aiming for their 40th win of the year. Mueller misses, so the count fills up. Lyon on deck for the Blue Devils, or excuse me, for Gardner Webb. It's going to be foul into the running Bulldogs bullpen. They got a couple players down there looking on. Lyon had that hard hit single, the first hit of the game for Gardner Webb. Back in the second inning. Pitch high in the zone, spoiled foul. Going to be hit foul. Drugmuller 8 and 14 with Pitt a year ago. Did complete 10 games. 4 saves, second best in a single season for Pitt softball. She's had back-to-back 100 strikeout seasons coming into this year. That change is going to be lined into right. Cut off by Burgess. And it's a double by Pesqueda. And Pesqueda with a little bit of a celebration for her teammates in the dugout. Third hit of the afternoon for the running Bulldogs. Temperature-wise, we're still at 70 degrees and sunny. Winds are still breezing pretty good out to left field. Lyon at the plate. She'd like to yank one, get it up in that wind. Line drive, and this will one-hop the wall. Pesqueda comes around to score. Lyon digging for 2, and she slides in with the RBI two-bagger. Good hustle by Lyon to slide in. She's got a celebration of her own. Big grin there and smile for the dugout. Lions' 9th triple of the year, or double of the year, and her 24th run driven in. And here comes Drugmuller's one of those. Her senior year of high school was affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, and thus her senior season was not played at all for Lincoln Way East High School. It's very interesting when you talk to coaches as Ella Christopher stands in. 2-0 to Christopher. How recruiting was done, how that was impacted. It had to be done by video, or in some cases, players didn't even see the campus for certain programs. Gold looks the runner back, throws to first for the first out. Nice play by Anna Gold, who's been stellar at third all year. Van Dyke, who had a catch where she threw the glove up, and Rob Claire Davidson in that third inning will come to the plate. Swing and a miss for strike one. Fly out to left. Her lone AB of the game. That was in the second inning. Drogmuller fields it backhanded. Over to first. Lyon on to third. 2 away. Annika McLaughlin strides to the plate, or will she? We're going to have a pinch hitter. Alyssa Bonilla, the sophomore from Montgomery, New York, will stand at the plate.
Alyssa Bonilla.
So Bonilla into pinch hit. 333 on the season in limited action. Has driven in 7 runs. One. Two balls and a strike. Duke in the fourth. Going to have the top of the order again. The 1, 2, and 3 spots are due up. We're going to have Drogmuller come out and switch out her watch here. That might have been the issue earlier when she kind of was looking perplexed. The battery may have been dying on it. Maybe she didn't get the call exactly, but she's got the new watch. Slams the softball into her glove, takes a peek, likes what she sees, and she's going to deliver the 2-1 here with 2 down. Floats that one in at 47, but it's going to miss for a ball. The catcher, McCrae, with her shin guards on, standing on deck for Gardner Webb. Running Bulldogs occupying that first base dugout. Drogmuller with another nice play in the field, and the inning will conclude.
Your catcher, number 3, Kelly Torres.
Kelly Torres is who she'll face. Torres takes the pitch for ball 1. Going to be 2-0. Gardner Webb consistently with the pitchers that they've used today have all kind of fallen behind Duke. It seems like in almost every at bat. That's going to be high and away. 3-0. Grad student at Gardner Webb. Spun that one low, and that's going to be a walk. That's the third free pass today from
DP number 7, Claire Davidson.
Gardner Webb pitching. Davidson is going to be the DP now in the lineup. She'll come to the plate. Davidson has been hit by a pitch, struck out, and flown out to left. Lyon pitched 9 innings against Mercer earlier in the season, had a season-best 11 strikeouts in that one. Worked against Upstate yesterday, 3 1/3. 3 hits, 2 runs, and threw 64 pitches. Popped up, high in the sky. That one really carried, and that's going to be a catch in center for out number 1. So it looks like Davidson is going to go 0 for 3 today.
Second baseman number 17, Amina Vega.
Vega back to the plate. Zampa hit a home run from this spot in the third. Ball gets away. Quickly down to second is Torres. Torres runs very well, very smart runner. And now Vega with a runner in scoring position. Big opportunity here for Duke to get back that run. Just one down and Torres out at second base. Going to be fouled back 1-1. And somebody sliced foul for strike 2. Good battle here is Vega hanging tough with 2 strikes. Another long swing by Vega, fouls it away.
Please, everybody clap your hands.
We talked about Lyon's prowess at the plate in her career. Obviously, as we've noted, a two-way player for this Gardner Webb program. She's got 37 wins in the circle with a .358 career ERA. Sent in the air on the left side, and that is Van Dyke coming in for the catch. 2 away.
First baseman number 22, Lynn Lee.
Duke's going to have Lee at the plate. Got her first career hit back in the third, stayed in defensively. Scored on the Burgess 2-run homer. Coming into today, Lyon had logged 545 1/3 innings. Had 400 career strikeouts. Career high in that number this year. Little dribbler to third, and Lee is going to be retired for the third out. Duke leaves a runner stranded. One.
The catcher, number 3, Carmen McRae.
Grounded out to Baker. Her only at bat in the third. Hit on the left side again. Gold coming across and will fire to first. Duke a couple outs away from sewing this one up. Good job by Drugmuller to attack. One pitch, one out. Emily Garcia struck out looking against Drugmuller to end the third, for the second out in the third.
15, Mackenzie Freeman.
And we got a pinch hitter. Check that. It's Mackenzie Freeman. One 0, now 2-0. Freeman, 14th time that she's appeared this year, 167 average. No home runs, couple runs driven in, 2 out of 12 at the plate. Freeman transferred in from the D2 ranks, USC Beaufort. Going to be 3 balls and a strike here. Duke and Longwood tomorrow at 4. Then Blue Devils will wrap up the regular season with 3 at NC State this weekend. Trailing Florida State by a game in the loss column coming into the final 2 weeks of the ACC. And they'll host the ACC tournament here in Blue Devil Softball Stadium. It's going to be a walk. So on to first is Freeman. Teneo, 1 out of 2.
Re-entering to pinch hit, number 2, Jalen Teneo.
Going to have a runner for Freeman. As Coach Wigness trying to get as many in as possible here. Mara Pendleton going to pinch run now. Sophomore, went to Burns High School out near the Charlotte area.
Gardner Webb has a pinch runner at first. She is number 9, Maury Pendleton.
Teneo for the running Bulldogs, leadoff hitter. Squares the bunt, pulls back. Little tap. Bobbled, picked up though by Gold. She can't throw it. As her and Drogmuller had a little bit of a miscommunication. That one glanced off the glove of Drogmuller, and Gold was right there. So Pendleton on to second base.
Center fielder number 4, Adrian Byzantine.
Byzantine now will hit. 0 for 2, is struck out both times. Put a hit up on the board here for Gardner Webb as this one is sliced out to left. Caught by Terrell for the second out. Although it hasn't been updated in the official scoring tally yet.
Third baseman number 22, Araceli.
So I'm going to go with a hit for Teneo. Chopped foul. Going to be off the glove of Lee. But a foul ball. And they do give Teneo a single. So that's the right call. And then the fly out from Byzantine. Pesqueda, a double, and she scored. Led off the fourth with that double and was brought home by Lyon. Ball and a strike. Nobody in the pin, so this will obviously be Drugmuller's game to close down here. He just wanted to be sharp. Not exhaust any unnecessary pitches. Down in the dirt, nice stop there by Torres behind the plate. Such a luxury for Coach Young to have two excellent catchers for Duke. Torres getting the start here this evening, and then Frelick, who's been excellent this year as well. Punch back foul, count full. So Duke a pitch away now from earning win number 40.
Got it, Daddy. They got your back, baby. Put it in there.
3-2. Chop to gold. She'll go for the bag and not be able to get there. Lost her balance just a little. And Pendleton slid in safely. Good hustle by Pendleton to not give up on the play.
The pitcher, number 11, Andrea Lyon.
So now Andrea Lyon, 2 for 2. Had that RBI double. And that play extends the inning. It's going to be a fielder's choice. And all bases safe. So Pesqueda is 1 for 3. The 1 to Lyon. That's a strike on the breaking pitch, and it's now another opportunity for Drugmuller to close it down, and here comes Marissa Young out of the dugout. Coach Young, a great pitcher in her own right at Michigan. Coached at the D2 level before she was an assistant at North Carolina, then coming over here to Duke to start the program, and done an excellent job in 7 years at the helm of the program. Has really built it from the ground up. It's been really remarkable. Quick word for Drugmuller, and let's see what she's going to come at Lyon with here. Lyon in the box. Stands ready. And she strikes her out for the third out as Gardner Webb leaves the bases loaded, and Duke